In 2021, I bought this Framework laptop for over $2,000. Framework is the laptop company that makes their products repairable, makes parts available, and makes them upgradable. Today, I'm gonna be putting that to the test. I'm gonna be upgrading this 2021 Framework laptop with this box of parts. And when I say upgrading, I mean I'm upgrading everything that I possibly can. These are all the parts that I can possibly put in to this Framework laptop. So far in this process, I think my main gripe is just that there are a number of things that are out of stock. There are a number of upgrades that are pre-orders only, and since I didn't know when I was gonna actually get them, I wasn't able to purchase those for this video. That all being said, I do love that you can just go right on Framework's website and buy all of this stuff for a 5-year-old laptop. But that's enough talking, let's get these upgrades underway. Now, one of the cool things is their packaging, at least these bags, is actually compostable, which, that's cool. It obviously does cost more, but I mean, I think it's worth it. We only have one Earth. All right, now I just gotta get the rest of this out. I did get an upgraded battery. The battery in this laptop, I think, is not amazing. So these are all of our parts. I paid $1,404 for all of this stuff. The main cost being the main board, which is $849. And this is an AMD Ryzen. It's got the Ryzen AI 9 HX370. I also did upgrade the display at $249 and the battery at $69. I also bought quite a few small parts just to complete the upgrade. Let's start with the top case. I've got a new screen, bezel, and webcam. I do have to say, I love this about Framework laptops. The bezel is just magnetized on there. So all we have to do is pull it off just like that. And there we go. Now I clearly will have to get down into this bottom case because that's where the cable plugs in. So I'm gonna do that next, and then we'll go from there. Take all these modules out just to make it all easier. And then we've got 5 screws on the bottom shell. With those screws out, we can just pop up this cover. And then we do need to disconnect this cable. So we'll do that right here. Just pull up on the cable, just like that. And the top keyboard case we can remove. I do have a new keyboard and this new cable. Then we can remove the battery, remove the display cable. Now we've got 2 screws down here, 2 up here for the display. These screws, by the way, are all the same size, so you only need 1 driver to remove them. Can't even say how nice that is. The display should come up just like that. And there we go. Okay, and let's get the webcam replaced next. Just got 2 screws holding it on. I'll pull this ribbon cable out. There we go. Okay, and now for the new one, I'm gonna plug the cable in first. There we go. And we'll set it in place. Just like that. And we can put these 2 screws and 2 brackets on. I will say the webcam on this laptop is one of the things that I did not like. So I am looking forward to using it with this upgraded one. All right, then we'll remove the protective film so I don't forget. Webcam has been upgraded. Now we can fit the new display. And we got some adhesive here and here. So we'll need to take the backing off of this adhesive right here. There we go. And right here. All right, now we'll place it down. It is really cool, especially to be able to just go buy a display for this thing. I will say that those are often really hard to find if you have a laptop with a broken one, with a broken display. And a lot of times you can't even find the exact one. So I do love that they make these parts available, which is one of the reasons I got this Framework laptop in the first place. Okay, we're gonna put the bottom in first because that is not wanting to go under there, right? There we go. Okay, and this needs to go down here. Right in there, just like that. There we go. Okay, that's all in there. There we go. Okay, now we can put the screws back in and plug this display in, and the display will be replaced. Display is replaced. We'll put the bezel in last. Now I'm going to replace the keyboard on the top shell. So here's the old keyboard. This is the new keyboard that I'm going to install, and as you can see, there's a ton of screws. So let's get all these screws out, and then we can get this thing replaced. That's so many. At least they're all the same size, at least so far. I think they're all the same size. That was a lot of screws. With all of them out, we can hopefully, oh, I forgot one. I didn't forget one. It's just hidden under this ribbon cable. One of the things that is amazing about this is there's little arrows that say for keyboard for every screw that is for the keyboard. Okay, there we go. Old keyboard, new keyboard. Okay. I'm not going to show putting all these screws back in because I think that would be a boring montage even. Get these ribbon cables installed and locked down just like that. There we go. Okay, now a whole bunch of screws go in and then the keyboard is done. And the last keyboard screw for the actual keyboard, and then we got to put this metal plate on. And then we got more screws to put in here. The screws, honestly, like, it's kind of annoying, but the thing is at least we have this choice. That's the great thing about this Framework laptop is I actually have the choice to replace the keyboard, unlike some other computer manufacturers, Apple, and honestly a lot more than just them. Keyboards these days are just getting to where they're not really replaceable, which is ridiculous because keyboards are some of the things that get dirty, and it's really nice to be able to replace them. There's a lot of mechanical wear on them, and so they do go bad. Okay, all the screws for the keyboard and this metal backing plate are in now. Now let's upgrade the fingerprint sensor. Looks like we even have a new metal support bracket. So that is gonna go there. This goes underneath. Okay, and we've got the ribbon cable that is already pre-bent. I love that. Okay, so support bracket first. Support bracket slash spring. This acts as kind of like a return spring when you press on the fingerprint sensor. Okay, so that is out. We have one screw holding the sensor itself in, it looks like. Now this should, yep, just comes right up like that. Okay, old one, new one. All right, the screws are in. Let's check this out. Feels good. All right. Okay, and then ribbon cable goes in right there. We do have some adhesive squares, so we'll take the adhesive off for that. And there we go. Fingerprint reader done. And we're also done with this top shell piece. Okay, and next, let's get this battery replaced, as well as the speakers. We've got 3 screws for the battery. It even says on the battery, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. Okay, With the battery out of the way, let's get the speakers replaced. I think it's going to be easier this way. All right, there we go. Good so far. Well, that's just a little too easy. Okay, old ones out, new ones in. Got to go underneath this fabric here. There's little pieces of kind of like fabric adhesive. We've got to go underneath, not on top of. Let's go. There we go. There's that one. And then same over here. All right, there we go. Wrap this around. Actually, I'm going to leave it unplugged since we are replacing that board next. Okay, there we go. Battery slides right in here. Okay, and next is the main board, which is going to go right here. Does it look like it lines up? I think so. Oh, we got another display cable over here. There we go. Let's first remove the RAM. We've got one 32 gig stick of DDR4 and another one. So we got 64 gigs of DDR4 on this one. We got a 2 terabyte NVMe drive. There we go. Okay, the audio ribbon is disconnected. We got the webcam connector disconnected. Now we need to remove the Wi-Fi card and cables. And I do have a new Wi-Fi card for this new board. So I'm going to deroute these just up there so they're out of the way. Next, we've got 5 screws we need to remove. There we go. All right, old board out. Let's look at the bottom side. The fan's nice and clean. Give this a bit of a cleaning. It's really not too bad though. Okay, and now this one should just slide right in where the old one came out. Okay, and it does. Okay, and with the screws in, we can just kind of go around and start plugging stuff in. Speakers, audio, connector, display, webcam goes there. And next, the Wi-Fi card. Okay, and we've got this replacement card. Shows us where the black wire goes and where the white wire goes. So I have the new Wi-Fi card right here. It came with this thermal pad. Normally, I would think a thermal pad would go on the top near this metal plate or on top of this metal plate, but this seems to be cut so it will fit right down here underneath the card. So that's where I'm going to install it. Framework has guides on pretty much everything, but their guide doesn't show this. So I'm going to install it right where it looks like it goes and hope that that's correct. I mean, I think so. I don't see any reason to cut it like that if that wasn't how it went. So that's what we're going with. I think that's right. All right, now bracket and screw. Next, we'll install the memory. And I just realized I have DDR4. This takes DDR5, so that's not going to work for this. Let's move on and install the NVMe though. That's such a bummer. I'm not going to be able to start this laptop up today. The thing is I tried. Is that really on there that tight? Man, that was on there tight. That seems unnecessary. Okay, back to the NVMe installation. Now the thing is I tried to buy RAM on Framework's website, but it was unavailable. So now I have to see if I have RAM around here somewhere or go buy some somewhere else. I tried to buy everything just on Framework's website, and I would have done that for the RAM, but like I said, they didn't have any. So that part's done. Let's get this screen finished up. We just need to basically install the bezel. So we'll remove the protective film. There we go. Now the bezel will go on. I got the orange one because, I mean, let's face it looks amazing. And no one can deny it. See, look at that. So good. Now, the only thing I have left to do is install the RAM, and then we can install the keyboard and then start it up. And my RAM just got here. I paid $381 for 2 sticks, 16 gigs each of DDR5. Let's get it installed. Okay, there we go. Easy enough. Now battery, then we'll plug the keyboard in. There we go. Now the top will magnet itself on. Then we can close this and put the screws in. And I bought a matching USB-C expansion port for this because I wanted it to match the new top case we got there. The new bezel, I should say. There we go, there we go. Okay, now I might need to plug this in and charge it before we start it up, but let's give it a try. Just see what happens. Here we go. Yeah, no power. Okay, I'm gonna get this thing charged and then we'll turn it on and see what happens. All right, and it is charging 19.8 volts, 2.8 amps. So everything's looking good so far. Power button, lights up. Okay, and there we go. Framework, that screen looks really good, especially compared to the old one. I'm assuming this will take a minute to start up, so I'm gonna get this all set up and then we'll come back when it's done. Although it already says it's getting ready, so that's good. Okay, that took like, I don't know, 2 minutes. All right, and now installing the driver package for this new board. Gotta say, I love this transparent orange bezel. Looks so cool. Okay, drivers completely installed. Now we're gonna shut down and restart, and we should have our Wi-Fi and camera and everything should be working once we get restarted. Okay, and restarted, and yep, we've got our Wi-Fi. Everything is ready to go. And here we go. AMD Ryzen 9 370 with Radeon 890. And then here we have all of the other information on our laptop. So my Framework 13 laptop is fully upgraded as much as I could upgrade it. And I have to say that was a pretty easy and mostly fun process. They have instructions for all of the steps that I did. I didn't follow most of them, but they're still there for anyone who needs it. Now I can say Framework laptops and their parts are fairly expensive in my opinion, but at the same time, I really want to support companies like this that are providing parts and upgrades even 5 years after their initial product release. This video is not sponsored by Framework. I wanted to buy everything myself just to see how difficult or easy upgrading this laptop would be. If you want to see the first video I made with this Framework laptop, I'll leave a link for that up on your screen now so you can come hang out with me over there and see what it was like when I first bought it. Thanks so much for watching today, and I hope you have a good one.